my 8th and final appearance at this unique event. And I am excited. If this material works well, I'm going to use it at Goldman Sachs next year. Earn me some serious Tubmans.
President Obama, he had a couple funny lines
Yeah, you
last
think he
night.
wrote it?
No, not at all.
You can imagine that. What do you do for a living? I'm the presidential joke writer.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. All right. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. He also joked about his old age, and there are a bunch of funny pieces. But he and John Boehner actually did a video together where he was trying to figure out what he was going to do after he left the White House. They talked about how he was going to have to, he'd be able to drive himself around for the first time in 8 years. So he goes to get a new driver's license, and he tells his name. He says Barack Hussein Obama, and the girl at the DMV is like, whew. She said, since you have no current driver's license, I'm going to need to see a birth certificate.
And an electric bill.
No, I love the birth certificate. Right?
So then he pulls out the birth certificate, and she said, is this real? And he said, yeah, it's real. She said, is it real? She's like giving him a hard time. But then he and John Boehner have a heart-to-heart.
You got any advice for me?
So now you want my advice? First, stop sending me all these LinkedIn requests. And second, here's the beauty of this whole thing. You've got all the time in the world to figure this out. You can just be you for a while. Yesterday, I had a beer at 11:30 in the morning. And you know, McDonald's now serves breakfast all day long.
That's actually pretty good.
I know. Yeah. The joys of no longer being president.
Isn't it funny how these guys are just like, toe to toe, nose to nose, yapping at each other all year long, and then they do a video together.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, they can still find some common ground.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good message for the rest of America. By the way, St. Louis's own Carly Kloss, one of the people invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Prince, his family, he helped out a lot of his family members. He'd give them cash. He'd help with their living expenses. He even gave them homes throughout his life. But right now, the judge has frozen all of his assets in his estate until they figure out how much they can give family members for living expenses. For a couple family members, that means they have no money.
He had no trust, no will?
No will.
No.
So in steps, anonymously, but now we, of course, know the story, George Lopez. Apparently, George was really good friends with Prince, and he's advanced the family some money to cover, living expenses for the time being until the judge can figure out exactly what's going on.
That's interesting.
What, right?
George Lopez and Prince.
I know. They were tight. I don't know. Jimmy Fallon and Paul Rudd, Friday night on the show, The Tonight Show.
I saw it.
They debuted this. It's unreal.
It's bizarre.
How much time
awesome.
did they spend on this thing?
That's what I thought. It was too much time. It's like, okay, I get it after 30 seconds.
Shot for shot, though.
It's a great song.
Yes.
Sticks too much time on my hands. It's identical. These videos. It's awesome. We have it online at y98.com if you didn't catch it over the weekend. Paul Rudd, by the way, my husband's very jealous of his beard.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't shave his beard. He did the blonde Tommy Shaw hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
But
Still had the beard.
With the crazy
darker
beard.
I
yeah.
enjoyed Tommy Shaw, Paul Rudd's jumpsuit myself.
Oh, the
yeah.
turquoise thing? I know. With the white tennis shoes.
How they found all that stuff. When we recreated Justin Bieber's Sorry,
It was very similar.
we tried to do shot for shot, and we tried to match the clothing, but we reached a point where we said, that'll do.
Yeah. Just pump up and down while you're walking.
Hey, I was in front of you, giving you...
I know you were.
There's only so much she can do.
Right?
Shia LaBeouf left a voicemail for that guy we talked about last week who was punched in the face on the subway in New York for looking like Shia LaBeouf. He's an art director in digital advertising, and he got this voicemail that said, "Hi, this is Shia LaBeouf. I just read an article that you were punched in the face because you look like me." Oh, man, that sucks. I'm so sorry. But I get it. It's happened to me before. Being punched in the face because you look like Shia LaBeouf. He said, I don't know. I wish I was in New York. I'd come bring you soup. And this guy said it was like a 2-minute long voicemail where he just felt so terrible That has to be a terrible feeling that someone would punch someone
Right.
else in the face because they look like you.
Oh, it's New York. You kind of expect it, really.
Yeah. And we wondered if this would happen. Number one at the box office this weekend. No one could beat The Jungle Book. Still number one. Huntsman, number two. Then Keanu, the Key and Peele. The Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why
Key and
that
Peele.
comes in at number three. And then Mother's Day. Not so great.
Man, did you read some of the
Came in at
reviews
number
for that?
4.
By the way, it had that's the Jennifer Aniston one, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
not just her, it's another one.
And Julie Roberts. Do you have that information?
Yes.
All right.
I am in shock. Kevin and I talked about this earlier this morning. The new Ghostbusters, the all-female Ghostbusters, they put the trailer up on YouTube. It is now the most disliked trailer in YouTube history.
It has more dislikes.
Thumbs down.
That's rude.
I mean, do people just hate women? I don't understand. Why?
I think it's true.
No, I think it's this. And
What?
it may have something to do with the fact that it was remade all with women. It may have something to do with that. I think, there might be some angry, Ghostbuster, what do you call them? People
Misogynists.
Right, Ghostbuster misogynists. But I think really what it is that when you look at the trailer, if you saw the trailer, it's just there's nothing there. It's not like it's funny or interesting or it doesn't make you want to see the film.
Think about all the terrible movies in history. This cannot be worse than all of them.
I know, but I think what it does is that if in a trailer you're supposed to show at least some of the best parts of the film. That gets you hooked in.
Sometimes, though, they show all the best parts in a
And
trailer.
it screws you up,
and then,
right.
then you go to the movie, and those were the funniest moments of the film.
Right.
Well, take it with a grain of salt.
I know. That's Entertainment Schmig. More at 8:40 and online at y98.com.
The Phillips and Company Morning Show.